So you're struggling to find Mr. or Miss Right. The people you meet either are crazy, are not attractive, or attracted to you, won't commit, won't follow through with their words, or simply just are not a good fit. Well, you're in luck because today we're going to talk about the important keys in creating a committed relationship that lasts. Hi, I'm Ling. I never had a healthy relationship model growing up. I've been in quite a few dysfunctional relationships, and I have been in a really great one the past 3 years, in which we constantly grow with and support each other. And I'm so excited to share with you some of the lessons I've learned along the way, in hopes that they can help you improve your journey to finding the relationship that works for you. The first key in creating a committed relationship that lasts is that if you want to meet a committed partner, you first have to be one. What? Yes, you first have to be willing to commit to a relationship to meet a committed partner. Do you know that old saying, be a friend to have a friend? Well, the same principle applies here. Be a committed partner to have a committed partner. If you are really wanting to be in a committed relationship and are struggling to find one, it is highly likely that you unconsciously and subconsciously are not ready and willing to be committed in a relationship. Even if you think you are, and I'm going to tell you why, you may not be as committed as you think you are very soon. I know this is not what you want to hear, but I gotta tell you, because I have been there and I know it is costing you a lot of time and energy and or even money. And you know what? Maybe it's okay to not be ready yet. And I know you really want it. I get it. But just so you know, and we do this all the time in all and any areas of our life, it is neither good nor bad. It is just how it is. When you really are desperate for something to happen, but are unconsciously or subconsciously not ready for it, you're going to keep sabotaging yourself over and over again. You're gonna be spending a lot more energy and time and money than you need to trying to accomplish this goal. It's kind of like pouring water into a cup that has a hole. You may often feel frustrated, angry, or even hopeless when it comes to trying to get something done that you're not ready for, and in this case, trying to find and create a committed relationship. If this is a case for you, the one big tip I have is to admit to yourself and to allow yourself to not be ready. It is not the end of the world. You are still going to find love when you are ready. And most likely, this acknowledgement and this allowing yourself to not be ready will save you a ton of energy and time and money that you can then focus on the things that at this very moment brings you more joy and success. And only when you are honest to yourself about your current reality, about where you're at, can you then change it. And who knows, maybe you'll meet the right person in no time once you are okay with not being ready. Now, you may think that you are very ready to commit to a relationship, but for some unknown reasons, you keep meeting people who won't commit, or you keep meeting people who you can't see yourself committing to. Here is where your unconscious or even subconscious mind comes in. The people you meet will reflect clearly to you where you are at. It is highly likely that whatever parts within you that is not ready to commit are attracting the same lack of commitment in others. Because you have some sort of fears or avoidance of commitment in some ways, you're attracting the people who won't commit so that you can avoid addressing these real issues, which are these fears or the tendencies to avoid commitment. Or you keep attracting people with deal breakers so that, again, you don't have to deal with or even think about commitments. From my own personal stories, I have met quite a few people who wouldn't commit. One time, my fear of commitment showed up so strongly that I met a guy who lived in the same apartment building as me, and yet he was too busy to see me. He was the one that was persistently chasing after me and at the same time too busy to see me. I was really frustrated, and that really hurt my self-confidence. There was no possible excuses of distance, and yet we both managed to dodge committing to whatever it is that we were trying to build. In my own experience and my observations of couple getting together successfully, committing to someone or to a relationship is not meant to take a long time. I know many people spend days, weeks, or even months discussing and checking in with each other about this commitment. And for some people, this whole process is actually the entirety or the majority of their relationship together. And no judgment from me, because I also have been there. But you are spending a lot of time and effort on something that should only be the start of what you're building together. Yes, deciding to commit to someone and to a relationship should not be the entirety of your relationship. It should be the start of a working, successful relationship. And of course, there are multiple levels of commitment that you will begin to deepen as you are in a relationship. But I'm talking about the commitment to even start and create something new with each other to begin with. And when either of you or both of you are not willing to commit to creating the relationship, it cannot be built. And if you are not ready to commit, that is going to reflect in your partner. He or she is also not going to be ready. And remember, commitment isn't about being perfect or getting things right all the time. Commitment, by definition, means to promise or to give your loyalty, time, or money to a person or to a plan of action. Sometimes you may make mistakes, but it is through that dedication to fulfilling that promise that you have made together that you practice how to be together, how to communicate, and how to work together effectively. And from there, you build something that lasts together. So what can you do if you are not ready to become a committed partner? As I mentioned before, it's okay. It's okay to not be ready. Allow yourself to acknowledge that, to admit that to yourself, and maybe start healing your commitment issue and whatever anything else that is preventing you from being able to commit. There's nothing wrong with not being ready. You are on your own journey. You have your lessons that you'll need to learn at the time that you're ready to learn them. Don't be so hard on yourself and allow yourself to be surprised at the challenges that you can and will overcome. Now, what you say to yourself matters, and how you say it also matters. Did you know that there are quite a few phrases that are seemingly innocent and normal that you usually say to yourself, but are secretly hurting your self-confidence and ultimately your ability to commit or to carry out your promises? I've created a free guide that includes a few of these phrases so that you can become aware of how they're hurting you and choose to express yourself differently, authentically confident. Check out the link in the description box or in the pinned comment to sign up for it. And if you're watching this video, most likely one element that you're missing that's preventing you from becoming a committed partner is that you are not yet fully committed to yourself and to your own growth. To have a committed relationship with someone else, you first need to be able to have a committed relationship with yourself. To be able to commit to someone else, you must first be able to commit to yourself. What does it mean to commit to yourself? Again, by definition, commitment is to promise or to give your time, money, and loyalty to a person or to plan of action and to fulfill that promise. In this case, committing to yourself means giving yourself that loyalty, that time, and that money, dedicating to your own growth, joy, and success. You don't have to be perfect, and your relationship to yourself does not have to be perfect either. But that relationship to yourself has to be established, and that commitment to yourself has to be established also. Committing to yourself is committing to love and grow yourself no matter what. It means to be present for yourself through thick and thin. And it also means to keep coming back to yourself even if and when you go astray, which can totally happen, especially for those who tend to lose themselves in relationships or in their careers. One of the most important rules for me in my own committed relationship, and I made this quite early on, is that I will not let this relationship or any other relationship stand in the way of my own growth, progression, and development. This means that if there is something that I really desire to do that I know can help me grow, and the main reason why I don't want to do it is because I'm afraid it may negatively impact my relationship, I will do it because I know that when or if I let my fears of losing my relationship win over my commitment to my growth and service to others, it will be a huge blow to my self-confidence that I couldn't fulfill my own promise to myself, and it will be much easier for me to lose myself or to forget who I am in this relationship. And I want you to understand that when you better yourself, you will also better your romantic relationship. It cannot go wrong. Now, sometimes when you better yourself to a certain point, your partner can no longer take it. Maybe you two have different life goals, life visions, or maybe the other person are not willing to overcome whatever challenges that they are being presented. If that's the case for you, it may be time to let go. It is sad and it can be very painful, but the pains of stopping your own growth in fears of losing your relationships is even worse. But I got good news for you. The right partner for you will and can grow with you. That's how some people are able to stay together for decades successfully and happily, because the right relationships will grow with you. So when you stay committed to yourself and to your own growth, it is not threatening or damaging to your partner or to your relationship. With the right person, your dedication to your growth will become a catalyst to make your connection even stronger. Now, at this point, you may be wondering how you can commit to yourself. Well, starting is quite simple, and you can start doing this with me right now. Just make this internal commitment to yourself right this moment that you will do anything and whatever it takes to heal and grow, to become a better person today than yesterday and every day after. Because you and your light and your gifts are very much needed right now in the world. Your healing and your growth will have deeper, far-reaching impacts, way more than you are able to comprehend right now or even in the future. And hold this goal or this commitment close to your heart and in your mind. You may even want to write it down somewhere that you can keep looking at. And it doesn't matter if you make a mistake or forget about this promise at some point. Just keep coming back to it. Keep it as an overarching goal of your life. Tackle any challenges that come your way on your path. Use your intuition, and I think you'll be fine. And if you are looking for support to deepen that commitment to yourself, I can help you with that. I offer a path of progression in an ancient lineage with a lot of different private energy sessions and or trainings that help you understand yourself better, help you stay committed to yourself and to your growth, and help you build and level up your foundation so that you can accomplish a lot of the really awesome goals that I know you have in life. I usually recommend the live activation private session for new clients coming to find me or wanting to work with me, because it activates a lot of your hidden gifts and talents, and most importantly, it connects you back to your highest purpose. And from there, it really helps deepen your sense of self as well as your desire and commitment to growth. There is also the Empower Thyself group class that pretty much puts you on a much higher foundation so that you can really accomplish a lot of the goals that you're thinking about. I will be adding this information in the description box, so you're welcome to check them out. Now, the next key to creating a committed relationship is that I want you to know that the right match for you is 1 in a million, if not a billion. Stay with me here, and I will take you back to all the way to your birth. And I will be quoting an article on Forbes magazine online about the odds of you even existing right here in this moment. In order for you to exist, a great many unlikely events needed to unfold in exactly the way that they did. The exact sperm cell and egg cell needed to meet to create you with the DNA sequence that encoded you and brought you into existence. A 1 in 250 million chance for a sperm cell alone. That needed to happen each time in an unbroken string for millions of generations of your ancestors, going back to well before they were even human beings or even human hominids of any type. And then before all of that, this galaxy has to form, the Earth had to become habitable at some point in certain way. And it doesn't matter who you are. The stars pretty much had to align the way they need to for you to be born and to exist right here at this very moment. And the same thing had to happen for your right partner. And for it to be a relationship that lasts, they will have to grow up to be somebody who physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually is a good fit for you, so you two can grow together for the rest of your lives. There is a lot that goes into you existing and then finding the right match. And most of this you are not even aware of, and you don't have to be. And I'm not saying that there's only one option out of however many people there are. I am just saying that creating a relationship that lasts takes a miracle. And this miracle is something that we can all make happen. When I met my boyfriend, I felt like the stars literally had to align. We met at a full moon event and we were sitting next to each other completely by chance. On our first unofficial date, I wore a French braid, which I usually never did or never do wear that, which turned out to be his most favorite hairstyle. He took me to this cat cafe that I had been wanting to go to, but I didn't, I never told him. And in the weeks and the months that after we met, I started having visions in my meditations and in my Hermetic astrology reading about my future husband and future family, which I had never ever thought about, ever. And it feels like the whole universe got together to help us get together and give me confirmations that this is it. And this can happen for you too. But because this is such a miraculous and sacred event, it is not to be rushed. Your frustration and impatience are not helping you get there faster. You beating yourself up isn't helping with the journey. There are so many things that you don't know that are working for you to help you get there. And the best thing I would recommend for you is to be patient. Focus on yourself. Remember that commitment to yourself. Be a better person today than yesterday. Focus on your life, on your joy, on your purpose, and on your service to others. How can you continue becoming better and create positive impacts in your life or for others? How can you have fun and joy by yourself and with others? Focus on these things and it will help take away a lot of pressure and emotional roller coasters that come with the desperation of trying to find a partner. And if your experience will be like mine, the moment you let go of needing a partner because you're already so joyful and fulfilled in your life, he or she is going to appear. Get a life activation if you haven't done so. And if you have, then take the Empower Thyself class. And if you have done both, then you know that there are other steps that you can take to focus more on yourself as well as on creating more positive impacts to the world around you. So do we have an agreement here? You're going to focus on yourself and your growth. You're going to create the life you desire. You're going to keep your heart open, because if you close it, nobody can come. And when you are ready, you're going to welcome in that person that will love you for who you are, that will adore you, and that will continue growing with you in life. And if you want some help making sense of your past relationships, then check out my video here where I share some of my journey on going from dysfunctional to a happy, healthy relationship. And give this video a like and share this one with somebody else that can benefit from it. And I will see you in this next video. Bye, and I love you.